A schedule where you have 38 art classes rotating can be pretty overwhelming. I worked really hard to come up with a color coordination system that keeps all of my students' artwork and sketchbooks organized, and it has saved me so much stress and confusion. So I wanted to share kind of how that works with you. Over here on this giant shelf, I have basically my entire schedule laid out by sketchbooks, and this is a huge lifesaver. I had planned to make a bulletin board with labels that would move, and I realized halfway through that I didn't need that because my sketchbook wall does it for me. On D-Day, when my 3rd and 4th graders are coming to me, I can look at the sketchbooks and see who I have at each time period: 8:15, 9 o'clock, 9:45, and 10:30. All of those D-Day classes are organized by the color yellow, and I'm going to use that color again and again throughout my classroom. Another great thing about the sketchbook wall is that when I need to remember if maybe a class missed a day and so their assignment is going to be a little different, I can just stick a post-it note right onto their sketchbooks, and since this is how I look and see what classes I have that day, it is a quick and easy reminder that I need to think about what new and different thing is going to happen with that particular class period. Down at the bottom, I have my 2nd grade classes organized Monday through Friday, and they have their own color for their sketchbook labels that I use. My biggest concern about rotating all 38 classes through my room every week was keeping track of the artwork that was in progress. I used to have just one class period in each of my plastic drawers. I decided to change it so that each drawer is a time period. So all of my classes that come to me at 10:30 have a folder in this drawer. I labeled the outside with their color that matches up with their day, and I also labeled their purple folder with that same color. It makes it really quick and easy for me to see which class I'm pulling out of the drawer. Inside of that folder, I keep on top any artwork that hasn't been finished that my students are going to finish up on a centers day, and then there are folders for each table. Whenever a class starts a project that we're going to finish on another art day, I have them put all of their artwork into the folder at their table, and then they turn it back into me. It makes it really quick and easy to pass back that artwork at the beginning of class on day 2 or 3. The other great thing about this is that all of the folders are named for the table, which is a famous artist. And we talk about those artists at the beginning of our centers days. It's a great way to add a little art history into our classroom management. The last organizational challenge that I wanted to tackle was keeping finished artwork organized so that I could save it for the showcase that we have at the end of the year. I spent a lot of time purging art materials that were no longer viable, and I emptied out 7 of these shelves so that each of my time periods could have its own shelf. I made big folders that have that same color label for the day that that class comes to me, and this is where I keep all of their artwork that is finished. I paperclip it together, and each project goes into the big folder. I am starting to realize that this folder is not going to be able to hold all of the art for the whole year, so my plan is around December to let all of the students pick out one piece of artwork that they want to put in the showcase. Everything else they're going to take home. I'll save that showcase in a separate folder inside of this bigger folder, and then we'll just start collecting artwork for the second half of the year, and from that stack of art they'll pick out another piece of artwork for the showcase.